Hello fellow mudders, Bruce here. What we have here is a box that has been following me from house to house to house, well, since I was a kid. But let's see what we got. I know for sure the reason that I haven't tossed it is because that's a Varney, this is a Varney. This may be a Varney. I don't see it labeled anywhere on it. It's got real sprung trucks. So yeah, that's why I've looked at it and then put the stuff back. So let's just take a closer look and see what's what. This Varney Boxcar is missing both its doors. This is a metal guide on the bottom of the door here that is easily fixed and put back in place. And I certainly, from the scrap box, can probably come up with 2 doors for repairing this. And I think that's why I really kept it. Put some new wheels on it. The couplers are missing. That's easy to replace. It's missing the brake wheel from this side. I got plenty of those. So I'm going to once again say I'm going to save this guy because I believe that that was in my father's first, 5 or so Varney cars that he had. A couple of the stirrup steps are missing. I think I'd knock that last one off and replace it with 4 metal ones, either from manufacturer or ones that I fashioned myself. So yeah, let's keep that one. And perhaps you'll see me do the refurbishing on that. We'll see. Okay, time to talk a little bit more about this L&N outside braced boxcar. I looked at some pictures online at what kind of doors they had, and because they survived for quite a while, a lot of them ended up with replacement doors, metal doors, instead of the original, probably wood doors. So, I thought, well, I could make a setup out of wood or styrene, and or I could try to find a metal door from either my scrap bin or from this bag. In the previous videos I told you I had a local hobby shop. It was called Model Railway Post Office, and throughout the 60s and 70s it was huge in the mail order business. One of the leaders actually in mail order purchases. They had a retail shop in my hometown of West Milford, but they did a lot of their stuff through advertising in all the magazines and so forth. So if you have old magazines from the 70s, Model Railroader, Railroad Model Craftsman, you look for an ad by Model Railway Post Office and you'll find it. And they had a side business where they did custom painted rail cars in HO scale. They would buy cases and cases of Athearn cars unpainted, and then paint them for the smaller lines and the specialty groups and so forth. And over the years they had bags and bags of doors that they took off or came as separate parts from Athearn, and they would have them out on the counter, and I bought a few of those bags. And just in case I ever ended up with a boxcar that needed spares. So I sorted through this bag and I found these 2 doors that of course have to be repainted, but they're about the right width and they fit nicely into that upper track, and of course this is the lower track that has to be fixed. They're a little bit too long, but I can certainly cut off the bottom and get it to fit into that guide down at the bottom. And I think that's the way I'm going to go. I think I'm going to chop these down, repaint them, and install them, and get rid of the DF logo, and yeah. I'm glad that the roof is removable yet, because this is going to need a little bit of weight. So off we go. And I think the next time you see this, you'll see the results of what I'm going to do with these doors. All right, talk to you again soon. Alrighty, quick update. Here you have one of the doors cut down and sitting in place. Just covers the opening, so width-wise it's fine. It does have the ability to move right now. I'd have to do a little more sanding and so forth. I could make it open. I might do that on one side, or I might just glue them both closed. I will now find a paint that as closely matches that Boxcar red as I can. And might look a little different, but then again it was a replacement door. So the paint on it realistically could look a little bit different. So, all right. Moving on. Talk to you again soon. Okay, time for another quick update. I've gotten the doors cut down to size as you saw. Then I gave them a coat of primer, red oxide primer, and now a coat of brown that is pretty close to what the original car was. I've washed the car with soap and water now, so it doesn't look dusty. I found out that Microlux, which is from Micromark, their roof red was a pretty close match. So I'm going to go with that, and those will get installed. I've decided that the trucks from Varney are in pretty bad shape. Not only are the axles rusted, but there's some deterioration on the side frames of the trucks themselves. So those are going to get trashed. I have in my supply of materials for refurbishing rolling stock a package of Athearn trucks, Bettendorfs with metal wheels, which at the time cost me $4.95. I looked on eBay. I don't even want to tell you what they're going for now. So those will go on. I have, again, I always keep these kind of things in supply. Athearn brake wheels so I can put the brake wheel on. I've glued the slide underneath the door in place. If you recall, only one stirrup step was left, so I'm going to clip that one off. And I have made, well, let me leave those there so I don't lose any, and I'll show you. I've made a bunch of stirrup steps out of brass wire that I flattened. I've posted a YouTube video on how I do that, so you can take a look at those. I'm now going to dip those in Blacken-It and then install them with some ACC. They just glue right to the bottom of the car. Lastly, couplers. Let me go back up here a minute. The coupler boxes that were built in are too narrow for me to drop a KD box in them. So I am shaving those off flat, like you see I've done on this side, and filed it smooth. I will glue the KD box on there, and all I have to do yet is cut the sides off of this one. So I will do all of that and kind of show you the finished product at the end. All right, talk to you again. Okay, behind this little roundhouse center cab is the Varney L&N outside brace Boxcar, fully refurbished. And actually behind that is another Varney car. Both of those belong to my dad. The stock car, the yellow stock car, I did a short video on tuning that one up, getting it back as a reliable runner as well. So what did we do ultimately to this car? You can see I've replaced the missing brake wheel. I don't know if you can see them in the video or not, but we have all 4 new stirrup steps that I made out of wire, and replaced the doors that were missing, fixed that door track. New trucks, put on a set of Athearn freight car trucks, Bettendorfs with metal wheels, new KD couplers, had to put new coupler boxes on. So, and then inside the boxcar are 2 ounces of wheel weights stuck to the floor, bringing it up to weight. And so now this should be a reliable runner, as the stock car behind it is. So let me zoom out a little bit. We'll just run it back and forth a bit and finish up this video. Yeah, so I'm the type, a bit sentimental. If I find a Varney, I'm going to try to save it, keep it running. It's just the way I am. So, alrighty, that old visible V8 box full of broken stuff is now empty. Probably means I could toss it out, but if you know me, you know that's a silly idea. Box is still in good shape, has a clear top. I'll be using it for something else. Alright, talk to you again soon. As always, if you enjoyed the video, just give it a thumbs up, and if you have not yet done so, please subscribe to the channel. Alright, talk to you again soon.